Hey everybody, it's Skinny K here again with another video. Uh, Back to the Future from 1987. I'm going to 2012 Sinister. It's, why? Because apparently, if you look on IMDb and they put found footage movies, Sinister is in that category. Now it's because Sinister, the movie, is basically this big, used to be a big time writer, but he has a lot of failed books. He's a true crime writer. He's called he's played by Ethan Hawke really well. Ellison Oswald and his family, Tracy his wife, Trevor his son, and Ashley his daughter. Now, the moment he arrives in King County, where he basically goes to, why? Because that house uh, have I'm not sure how long ago, weeks, months, I'm guessing not so long ago. Apparently, four people were hung there, and they were standing on the ground with bags on their head. An entire family, mom, dad, and two kids, uh, and the branch was the basically the lever to say to hoist them up and just and let them suffocate. And he wants to write a story about that because there's a girl, Stephanie, which was one of the family members' daughters, and she's missing. Now, immediately when he arrives, the sheriff of King County arrives. There's a deputy with the book of one of his best books, that is 15 Minutes of Shame, 15 Minutes of Shame, 15 Minutes of Fame, sorry, Kentucky Murders, or I think Kentucky Murder. I'm not sure. It's something Kentucky Murder esque. The title, I'm not sure. And he has a copy and he wants to be that he signs it, but the sheriff comes and he's not a really big fan of Oswald, and he really, I mean, I think he finds it disgusting that he moves in this house, that he's a true crime writer, and that he's just moving in a house that so much happened and so much tragedy happened, and King County isn't big, so this really hurt this town. But what does he do? Meanwhile, while he's putting all their boxes away from their U-Haul, um, Ethan Hawke goes to the attic, and in the attic he finds this box with an old projector, a Super 8 millimeter, what are canisters, films, and he thinks, oh, that seems cool, and he puts it on, and everything has like a title, like A Day in the Sun. What you get is that same. He now sees the four family members hung. You see, first you see them playing, it's all good, and then you see them with creepy, eerie music, so like, which is unsettling, and then you see that they are being hung because this tree on the other side falls over as a kind of a lever, and he's noting where's Ashley, where's Stephanie, the girl, and so he thinks he made a big score. But then there are multiple videos, like what was it? A Day in the House or At Night, which is probably one of there are two that are pretty gory, but you don't see it. You see one thing, The Day in the House, I think it's called. It's somebody who cuts everybody's taped, and they cut their throat with a butcher's knife. Now we don't see the cut like this, going like this, but we see through Ethan Hawke's glasses the cuts being performed. You see the blood, but he shies away from the little boy that gets cut. And then there's another one with a lawnmower, a lawnmower, who basically goes at night through the grass, is running, and then at some point somebody's laying there, bounded, and the thing goes over her head, and he immediately goes, ah, and he puts it off because the blood, of course, would have been pus all around, getting those blades of the lawnmower, you know. So they're very, very disturbing. And in every clip, you have this weird shine. Like for example, in a swimming pool, the shine of in the swimming pool, you see a black figure with seems to be paint like a gothic person or something. Then you see this person again in a mirror. Then you see him and you think, oh, he's the killer, right? He's the one doing it. No, actually, this thing, and it's a thing, not a person, is called by children's paintings Mr. Boogie, and the ones who paint this are the kids that are missing. So what is the link between these always missing one kid, and Mr. Boogie, whose real name he later reveals by a somebody who from in university knows everything about these symbols, because he sees certain symbols like a pentagram, but it's not a pentagram, it's something else. And the professor says it's actually named Bogul, a Babylonian god who ate children or ate their soul, and he needs children. But for some reason, the spirits of the children still follow him. So what we actually get to see, and this is a spoiler, and that's all I'm gonna give you, is that the children are doing, the missing children, the missing kid from every video is doing the killing. Bogul, of Mr. Boogie, he's just supervising. He's just observing. Now, at some point, the weird things start to happen, and there in every you can see, like when the four people get hanged, he scrolls and he sees in the bushes this figure, and at some point he's standing. He's woken up at night, and he goes and he thinks something is in the garden, and he sees Bogul, or Mr. Boogie, in his garden. He sees him at multiple times, and he starts to realize that he opened something that he should have messed with. He has a deputy who he calls Deputy So and So. Is never the name, I think, is never revealed. He is the one who wanted the autograph, and he wants to help him, but on the down low, because the sheriff doesn't want anything with the deputies to do with him. So he's trying to research all these murders, and they're all connected in a way. One thing is sure, that apparently all these people at some point lived in that house where he's now living in, and then they moved. And then there's also something with a numeric, like 200, 201, 202, something like that, that in a sequence people are dying. and Allison, they Ethan Hawke's character calls him Deputy So and So, and but they create a sort of a professional friendship. He lets him see everything because, but at some point, the deputy says, "I think it's better for you to move. This house holds too many problems." And at some point, because he's seeing and hearing things, he sees at some point he sees Bugul in his attic, and he says, "Okay, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm going back to my old house. Take my kids with me," because the kids are starting to draw, like Trevor, the son, starts to draw the the tree and the people who are hanged on a wall, and the daughter is also drawing weird shit like all the killings that happened, and they don't know that they've never seen these, right? So something is messing around with them, and it's probably Mr. Boogie. Oh, that's a cooler name, Mr. Boogie. Yeah. Um, Now I'm gonna spoil the movie. I'm just gonna do it because I want to talk about it. Now, for people who don't want to know the ending, go if you want to see the movie. Go and watch the movie. I'm giving it a 6 because of the acting. The acting is really great. A very eerie soundtrack. Like I said, that during those found footage canisters he finds, because that's the found footage basically of the movie. Um, they go back home. They have a big ass mansion. I don't understand why they left. And he could have worked for the university as a writer and a teacher, but he just wanted those 15 minutes of fame back. That's just what he wanted. But he stops with the book. He just races away from town, from King County. The sheriff holds him, and he sees that the kids are in there. They're scared, and he's saying, "Did somebody? I mean, did somebody bully you out of there?" No, 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 sir. We just want to move. I'm taking your advice because the sheriff in the beginning says it's better that you move, and he said, "Okay." But if somebody bullied you, you should say this. No, 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 it's not that. There's not gonna be a book. It's just gonna be, we're going back. Okay, they're going back. He eventually, he wanted to give him a ticket, and then he said, okay, is that the case? No ticket. Just keep it on the speed limit when you're out of King County, and that you're not our problem anymore. They arrive at their house. Now the deputy, so and so, is trying to call him. He doesn't answer. He doesn't answer. And at some point, he gets him on the line. He says, "You should have had. You shouldn't have moved. I learned that apparently, um, the number. It's something with the number because the hanging happened there, and normally nothing should happen there anymore. But now that they moved, their number is next in line. So they're actually brought this Bogul creature with them in a new environment, because if you look at the crime scenes, they date from the 70s, you can see that there's a straight line, and everybody lived in that house with the hanged people, and then they go like this, and his house is next in line. So he knows this. He sees his drink. He was drugged. He falls he falls on the ground. He sees a painting. Uh, no, he sees in his drink that there's some kind of green liquid in there. He falls to the ground, and he wakes up with his wife, and Ashley is standing there with a fucking axe, and basically chops them to pieces. I thought Trevor would be all. I never seen Trevor on the ground. I only saw his wife and him, but not Trevor. And I thought, okay, if he's on kids and Trevor is maybe 1 year older or something, apparently Ashley chopped him in pieces too. He only needed one, and she goes to her dad's study. She starts to draw the crime scene. You know, the people all chopped in pieces. Daddy, mommy, brother, and then Mr. Boogie, and then she sees Mr. Boogie, Bogul. He takes her, picks her up, and he goes to this nether world where he's living. So that's. I never knew that Trevor got killed. I thought he was also one of the killers. I thought only Ethan Hawke and Trace, Ellison and Tracy got killed, but apparently Trevor too. So that was a cool twist. That was very creepy. I did not see that coming, but personally, I knew that this movie, when I saw it the first time, wouldn't end well. Especially, I mean, yeah, he opened something because when he gets the call, he he also goes to, before that he goes to the attic, and he sees the same box with the Super 8, and while Ashley is killing them, she's filming them too in the same style that all these other people die. And I believe they get the title. What was it? Writing a story or something. Yeah. So they become a new Super 8 canister. Very good movie. Very creepy. Very disturbing at times, even when you don't see things, that your mind makes these things up. There are a few kills that are like super effed up. I mean, all the kills are effed up. And there's a scene where you can see that all the kids did it, like the tree that falls like a lever. It was a girl, Stephanie, the missing girl, who was basically sawing it, and she jumps off. The with the slicing, you know, the one with the slicing the throats. She goes to a mirror and does this. They all do this at the end. For some reason they do that. And then we see all these ghosts of these children. Ashley will become now one of these ghosts. But for some reason, they are with Bogul, but they don't want to disturb him or make sound. That's why they always do like this. But in any case, it's a great movie, creepy soundtrack, a little bit of found footage action, um, great acting, not only Ethan Hawke, but his family members all, and the deputy so and so. He's a little bit of a goofy character, but he's a good character. The sheriff and Mr. Boogie or Bugul looks terrifying. So, Sinister, 6 out of 10. Watch it, subscribe, see you later.